Well, hello everybody. Good to see you again. If you are watching this video, you have probably realized that the titles of books, articles, songs, poems, movies, and many other kinds of works are not capitalized the same way that we capitalize sentences. Whether you're writing a research paper, movie review, or a literary analysis essay, it's helpful to know what the guidelines are for capitalizing titles. First of all, don't rely on how the original source capitalizes the title. With books and music albums or movies, sometimes the title is styled in an artistic way to convey the creator's vision for the work. Likewise, newspapers and magazines often use sentence-style capitalization for headlines and titles. This is a book that I am currently reading, just started, and it's called Starfish. So on the cover, it's all caps, and it looks like starfish. But if you look inside the end flap, you can see that the title of the novel is referred to as one word. So it's important to pay attention to these sorts of things. When we're referring to these works in something we're writing, we need to follow standard rules for capitalizing titles. If we don't want to get points taken off, that is. Rule number 1. Always capitalize the first letter of the title. This should be pretty straightforward. In this example, the S in starfish would be capitalized. Nothing else would be capitalized. This is an anthology of short stories, all based on Christmas romances, and so the M in my would be capitalized because it's the first letter of the first word. Rule number 2. Always capitalize the first letter of the last word of the title. In this one, me is the last word of the title, so that one gets capitalized. For this book, the title is We Set the Dark on Fire. The W in we gets capitalized. The F in fire gets capitalized. Once we get past the first word and the last word, it gets a little bit more complicated because the words in the middle, some of them get capitalized, some of them don't. So other than first and last words, don't capitalize words that are called articles. Easy to remember, there's just 3 of them: a, an, and the. So in this example, pay attention. The word the is in all caps. The whole title is capitalized. But when we're using standard title capitalization, none of these letters, T, H, and E, none of them are going to be capitalized. You can kind of see it here. In this example, the T is lowercase. Of course, the H after it is uppercase. So again, artistically stylized, but the word the here should not be capitalized when we're referring to the work in standard title capitalization. Additionally, other than first or last words, do not capitalize coordinating conjunctions. These are the fanboys: for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. In this book, this is actually the subtitle, but for a subtitle, if you're going to include it, we could just refer to the title of this book as bullying, but if we're going to include the subtitle, the word and here, just like it shows up, should not be capitalized in standard title capitalization. And last, but unfortunately most complicated, do not capitalize prepositions. There are a lot of these, and I've included a link to lists of prepositions in the description. The most common ones that you'll find in titles are words like on, to. In this example, to is a preposition, but it would get capitalized because it's the first word. Of. You can see that that one is lowercase. Of is really common. At, again, this would be lowercase, but again, the entire title is all caps. So when we use standard title capitalization, at and the would both be lowercase. And unfortunately, with should not be capitalized, which is interesting because the words and to are not capitalized, And for whatever reason, the word with is capitalized. I don't know. Maybe they're following different capitalization guidelines. I wonder if this was like printed in Australia or somewhere else where they, use weird English, like England. Here's another one. The fight for women's right to vote in American history. If you can kind of see it in this one uses what are called small caps. Okay, so you can see that the F in fight is larger than the rest of the letters in the word. It's also larger than the F in the word for. And that's one of our coordinating conjunctions. Likewise, to is a preposition, and in is also a preposition. So even though these letters are capitalized, the fact that they're smaller tells us that when we're using standard title capitalization, they would be lowercase. Overall, hopefully, these 6 rules will help you understand how you should capitalize titles. If you want to just write them down, it's not a lot. The key is to go back and check your work, which is always an important thing to do. Oh yeah, don't forget to leave me a comment. Bye for now, everybody.